Hey everyone, Caront here, welcoming you back to Tales of the Abyss. In the last episode, we made our way to St. Bina and did some shopping around there and met the god generals. Well, most of them anyway. Then we made our way down through the Fubris River, which is where we sit now, and we are making our way toward the city, border town is a better word for it, of Kaitzur. All we really need to do is pretty much just head down this way, and we will get a scene, I think, when we get close to the gates. Yep, there we are. Hello, scene.
If I may have a moment?
Oh, come on. We're almost to Kaitzur. What do you want here?
It's Tyr's phonic hymns, isn't it?
Yes. I've wondered about them for a while. Her phonic hymns are different from the ones I know. And Ion, you say those are Yulia's phonic hymns.
So what?
Yulia's phonic hymns are special. Normally, phonic hymns are just the incantation used in a phonic art, combined with a melody. They're not as strong as phonic arts.
But Yulia's hymns are different. They are said to hold the same power as phonic arts.
Yes, the phonic hymns I use are indeed those of Yulia.
I thought Yulia's hymns meant nothing with only the verses and melody.
Really? You can't just sing them?
When one who truly appreciates the symbolism and meaning sings a verse, it draws a map to hidden wisdom.
What's that supposed to mean?
Or so they say anyway. Supposedly they're handed down in secret from one generation to the next.
Yes, that's correct. You know a lot about them.
I heard about it once, way back.
How are you able to sing Yulia's hymns? Who did you learn them from?
I was told that it is because my family is descended from Yulia. I don't know whether that's true or not.
A descendant of Yulia. I see.
So that means Master Van's a descendant of Yulia too?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Whoa, Master Van's so cool!
Thank you, Tyr. I would certainly like the chance to learn more about phonic hymns, especially the Grand Phonic Hymn.
Grand Phonic Hymn? What's that?
The phonic hymn Yulia sang to use Lorelei's power. It is proof of their covenant.
Shall we get moving? I believe I've answered your question.
Okay, so yeah, we pretty much got our answer. I will mention also, the fact that Guy seems to know a lot about a lot of stuff will to some degree be explained a bit later. But for now, let's go ahead and head into the town of Kaitzur. Welcome to the border fortress, Kaitzur. And really all this is pretty much just a border checkpoint, for all intents and purposes. Alright, so we can run around a little bit if we want to. We can go in the item shop and in here, and that's basically all that is too, is just a shop of items and in stuff and all that jazz. So not a whole lot to see here overly, but if you want to pick up some supplies, you can do so. I am actually going to go ahead and let's see, I want to go ahead and fill up my apple gels. You can only hold 16 of an item in your original playthrough. If you get enough grade and you do a New Game Plus, you can hold 20 items, but 16 is the limit here. Let me actually pick up a couple of orange gels as well. Well, let me back down on one of them. I don't want to spend too much money just yet because there are some things that you can buy down at the item shop on the Kimlasca side. I want to pick up one or two of those as well. So let's go ahead and do that. I think that should be pretty good. Yeah, that's all right. Okay. And of course, we've just got an inn here. You can rest for free here if you want to. So if you want to do some grinding, this is a good place to do it. But really our business, of course, concerns the border itself. So let's go and see if we can cross that border, shall we?
Hey, isn't that Annis?
I've lost my identification and my passport, too. Please let me through, please.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you pass.
Oh. You better watch your back.
Annis, Luke can hear you.
Oh, it's my darling, my prince.
Boy, didn't she change shades fast.
Ugh, women are scary.
Luke, I'm so glad you're safe. I was so worried about you.
We were worried too. They said you were fighting monsters and fell from the Tartarus?
Yeah, it was pretty scary.
The poor thing must have been terrified. She screamed, "I'll kill you, bastards," as she fell.
Phone Master, please! Shh! I kept the Imperial letter safe. Aren't you proud of me, Luke?
Oh, yeah. Good job.
Yay!
I'm glad you're safe, Annis.
Oh my! Were you worried about me too, Colonel?
Yes, we can't do a thing without that letter.
You're mean.
By the way, how are we going to cross the checkpoint? Neither Luke nor I have passports.
You won't need any once you're dead.
Stand down, Ash.
Out of the way, Van!
What do you think you're doing? I don't recall giving any orders like this. Now stand down.
Master!
Luke, that parry was pathetic.
We meet up after all that's happened and that's the first thing you say?
Van,
Tyr, put away your weapon. You misunderstand.
what do you mean?
Calm down. Once you're ready to listen to me, come to the inn.
Master, thanks for saving me.
It must have been hard for you, Luke. You've done an admirable job. I'd expect no less from my pupil.
Thank you.
Tyr, let's listen to what Van has to say. I think it would be foolish to insist on fighting and ignore an opportunity to communicate.
Yeah, seriously, how bloodthirsty are you?
As you wish, Phone Master.
Well, all right. Let's go see Van.
All right, so Annis has officially joined us, and I believe from this point on, she'll pretty much stick with us throughout, so you can go ahead and use her in the party as you wish. All right, so I feel it's a good time to go ahead and mention, I know I haven't mentioned the voices for Tyr and Van yet, but I'll go ahead and mention them. Tyr is voiced by Nicole Ballick, who, well, her two big roles actually have been this game and the Tales of the World, a Radiant Mythology, which brought a bunch of Tales characters together. And she also voiced Rondo in Eternal Sonata. Van, on the other hand, is voiced by probably one of the most famous character actors in anime and video games, Michael McConaughey, who has voiced tons of characters, far more than we have time to talk about. Two of them that stood out to me were Margulis in the entire Xenosaga trilogy, and also he voiced Marskal Godwin in Suikoden 5. As you noticed, both of those were villains. Will Van be a villain in this game? Well, we'll see.
Have you calmed down a bit?
Why are you trying to interfere with Phone Master Ion's efforts to prevent war?
Are you still saying that?
She's wrong, isn't she, Master?
But the 6 God Generals are trying to kidnap Ion.
Calm down, Tyr. I have no idea why the Phone Master is even here to begin with. All I've heard from the Order is that Ion vanished from the cathedral in Doth.
I'm sorry, Van. I did that of my own volition.
I'd appreciate it if you'd fill me in on what's happened up until now.
I'm the one who took Ion away. Allow me to explain.
I see. I do command the 6 God Generals, but they are part of the Grand Maestro faction. It's likely they're under orders from Grand Maestro Mose.
I see now. You may have been recalled to steal Ion back from the Malkuth military.
Yes, perhaps so. The one who attacked you earlier, Ash, is also one of the 6 God Generals. But even I didn't know he was involved in this matter.
Then are you saying you have nothing to do with all of this?
No. Considering I was unaware of what my own troops were doing, I must take some responsibility. But I don't side with the Grand Maestro faction.
That's news to me, Commandant.
I'm the leader of the 6 God Generals, so people tend to assume I side with the Grand Maestro. For that matter, Tyr, you're part of the Intelligence Division under the Grand Maestro's command. Why are you here?
I'm searching for something under orders from Mose. I can't say any more than that.
The 7th Phone Stone?
I'm not at liberty to say.
The 7th Phone Stone? What's that? What? quit looking at me like I'm stupid.
Talk about a sheltered life.
It's part of the score that Yulia read 2,000 years ago. The world's future is written within.
The score was so long it took up 7 phone stones, each the size of a mountain. Eventually, the stones broke apart. Some became the phone belt you see in the sky, others fell to the earth.
Malkuth and Kimlasca both tried to claim the stones that fell to land, and that led to war. Because if you have the phone stones, you can learn the future.
Huh. So the thing with the 7th score written on it is called the 7th phone stone, huh?
It's said that Yulia hit the 7th herself after she read the score. Therefore, numerous powers have been searching for the 7th phone stone.
And that's what Tyr is looking for now?
Maybe, maybe not.
At any rate, I have nothing to do with Mose. I'll order the 6 god generals not to interfere with you all. Though I don't know how much good it will do.
Van, what about passports?
Oh yes, Duke Fabra has entrusted me with temporary passports. With the spares I brought just in case, there are just enough for all of you.
Yay, we get a passport. Now we can travel.
Now we can cross the border.
Or do that.
You should get some rest here before you go. I'll go on ahead across the border and ready a ship.
So we'll meet up at the Kaitzur naval port?
Right. Once you cross the border, just follow the sea and you'll be there shortly. Don't get lost now.
Actually, it would be pretty impossible to get lost. There's only really 2 places we can go after we go south from here, so not a big deal, really.
See? I told you Master Van wasn't doing anything wrong.
I don't trust him.
Oh yeah? Well, I don't trust you.
That's fine with me.
Nice friendly relationship you two have there.
Alright, so now that we have the liberty of the place again, now wouldn't be the worst time in the world to rest, but we don't really need to because it sort of automatically heals us, which is nice. Alright, but go ahead and get through the skit here, talking about Annis pretty much. And then we just need to make our way south through the border here. There's not really much to do in Kaitzur, and there's actually never all that much.
Please. Have a safe journey.
Forgot that was spoken, sorry. There's never much to do in Kaitzur. This is one of the areas of the game that's really just not used very much, and I kind of wish it was used a little bit more, just to give it some more value.
These passports. We received direct orders from His Majesty the King to let you through immediately.
We're finally back in Kimlasca.
Don't relax yet. The vacation's not over until you're actually home.
Yeah, I'll pass on any more vacations like this.
It's been a while since I visited Kimlasca.
The Kaitzur naval port is south of here, right? Come on, Luke, let's go.
Yeah, fair enough. I will say though, before we leave, you do have a shop down here as well, as I mentioned a few moments ago, and you can do some shopping and some resting. Pretty much the same thing as the others, but you can get weapons here. So I want to pick up, let's see, I think I'll pick up a broadsword and some, let's see, I'll pick up a chain guard actually for Tyr. That'll pretty much exhaust all my money. But go ahead and equip that. The broadsword ups his attack a lot, so you'll definitely need that for the events to come. And then Tyr could just use some more defense, just period. I think she's the lowest defensed member of the party. Actually, Jade might be that now, but pretty close. So I've got some more money I'll raise. I'll probably spend it here as well, just off-camera stuff, you know. But with that done, that's really all we need to do here in Kaitzur for, well, most of the game, pretty much. We'll be back here a few times, but like I said, this place gets really underused. So let's go ahead and head out of here, and we will head south. Alright, now, you'll notice there's not a lot of land left as far as going south is concerned, so just stick to the road pretty much. We will run into bandits here, and let me actually go ahead and fight one just to show them off.
Prepare!
Let's see, alrighty, first up we have, well, a thief. It's standard. Not really much defense to him, although his magic defense is pretty good actually, I'm a little surprised. But he is more of a fast character. So all you really need to do is if you can match him speed for speed, it shouldn't be too bad. Just go ahead and knock him out. He obviously has the lower HP of the 2 enemies on the board. So it'd probably be better off to just try to eliminate him quickly so that you don't have to worry too much about fighting him. Now, on the other hand, we have the burglar, which has a lot more in terms of HP, and you can see much more defense and all that. He is definitely going to take a great deal more effort to take down, so you'll want to engage in more combo fighting with him as opposed to just simply slashing at him. You definitely want to be more concerted when fighting the burglar. As far as other enemies, there's really not much else to speak of. The other enemies pretty much mimic the ones that we've already seen on the way to Kaitzur. No bird. So really, as far as the enemies here in this area, there's not a whole lot of variety. Now you notice this road here, which goes over to the northeast. It's not really worth taking right now. We will come back to that road later, but not at this point in the story. What you'll want to do is just keep on going south. While you are going south, you see that search point kind of teasing the camera? Go ahead and collect this. Oh, hello. I think this might be a new enemy.
You're dead!
It is, the Garuda. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and not escape. No. Cancel. Well, that's the first opportunity to introduce the escape mechanic, I guess. You see it charges up, and if it charges up after a certain amount of time, you will escape the battle. However, enemies hitting you and you screwing it up yourself can deduct from that total. Alright, so Garuda. Oh, about the same stats as far as physical attack and such as the Thief, but much less magic defense, so you'll want to go after him, as you notice, with water attacks. And of course you can also whack him too, but that just depends on what you're playing with, honestly. Alright, but you want to go ahead and take him down quickly because he does have a lot of health compared to, especially the Chirpies, which we've already seen. The Chirpies are just easy prey, really, if you can get to them. Their main thing is just you not being able to attack them.
Man, I was awesome! Did you see me?
Your footwork was sloppy. You missed their vital points. You were a mess.
Oh, shut up!
Oh boy. Yeah, we'll see that interaction between those two as we go on, of course. So that pretty much wraps it up, I think, for the unique enemies in this area. But now, to collect that save point that I was so rudely interrupted with, this is not a standard save point in regards to collecting materials, but you can go ahead and collect some seeds here. This is part of a side quest that will be coming into play much later in the game. If you run into those extra search points, go ahead and search them and grab as many of those seeds as you can. But for now, let's head into the naval point down to the south of Kaitzur. Or naval port if my tongue worked correctly a few seconds ago.
Huh? What's going on?
That sounds like a monster.
That's one of Gloomieta's pets.
Gloomieta?
Arietta, the god general Arietta the Wild.
Okay, I get it. Stop touching me.
It flew from the direction of the harbor. Let's go.
I'm sure you're enjoying yourself, Guy, but we'd best be going.
Get her away from me.
Jade, never missing an opportunity to pounce on sarcasm. So, what the heck is Arietta doing here in the first place?
Oh.
Arietta, who gave you permission to do this?
I knew it was you, Gloomieta. Stop causing trouble for people.
You all?
I am not gloomy. You're mean, Anis.
What happened here?
Arietta unleashed her monsters on the ship.
Commandant, I'm sorry. Ash asked me to.
Ash?
I have to take away the engineer who can repair the ship. If you want him back, Luke and Ion have to come to Coral Castle. If they don't come, they'll kill him.
Van, how's the ship?
Out of commission, I'm afraid. With our engineer kidnapped, we'll have to wait for the training ship to return.
What's this Coral Castle that Arietta mentioned?
It's Duke Fabra's vacation home. I heard he abandoned it when the front line of the previous war drew near.
Huh, really?
Luke, come on. Coral Castle is where they found you when you were kidnapped 7 years ago.
I told you I don't remember anything from back then. Maybe I'll remember something if I go there.
There's no need for you to go. Wait for the training ship to return to port. I'll deal with Arietta myself.
But that means we'll be ignoring Arietta's demands.
Isn't preventing war what's important right now? Luke, take Phone Master Ion and return to the border. There's nothing here but simple rest facilities. I'll remain here and put a stop to Arietta.
Yes, sir.
Well, this puts a new spin on things. We obviously can't embark on the ship right now, but we can see about checking the surroundings a little bit. If there is not much to this place, or to Kaitzur, there's even less to this place. There is simply an inn. I don't even think there's a shop here. I don't remember there being a shop anyway. The inn is right up there, by the way. And I believe we get an extra skit if we rest at the inn. Apologies on the voice crack. But you see, there's the inn. That's pretty much it. But we can go ahead and rest just to get ourselves back up to speed. And then we can see what we are going to do from there. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. We do get a skit here. But it's pretty much confronting us with our reality that we've still got some things to do. So, moving on. Go ahead and head out here, and then I think we have to go to the beginning of town to see what happens next. Or, as we try to leave here.
Phone Master Ion, please wait!
What business do you have with the Phone Master?
The man Arietta the Wild kidnapped is our maintenance chief. Please, Phone Master, you have to save the chief.
The chief faithfully upholds the score. He's a devout follower of the Order of Lorelei. He was relieved when this year's birth score stated that calamity would be avoided.
Please!
All right.
Are you sure?
Arietta told me to come.
I agree with Ion.
And you called me soft.
If we abandon one the scores foretold will be saved from calamity, we will be ignoring the score. That would go against Yulia's teachings, and...
And?
Never mind.
It is true that the score should be upheld.
I think we should go to Coral Castle, too.
If you're going to Coral Castle, I'll go with you. There's something there I'd like to investigate.
Arietta's female, you know.
Don't remind me.
Are you going too, Master?
No way am I going. Even Master Van said we didn't have to.
Arietta said for you to come as well.
Please don't abandon the chief. He has a family in Batical.
All right, I'll go. Are you happy now? Why do I have to bother with this?
Thank you so much.
Coral Castle is southeast of here, along the coast. Please, take care.
Well, you heard him. Shall we be going?
I thought you were against going to Coral Castle.
Nope. Either way is fine by me.
What the... I don't get you at all.
Alright, so it looks like our next destination is set, and it's, well, not at Kaitzur. Now, Coral Castle isn't too hard to find. Really, all you gotta do is just go through here, and you'll notice there's a little bit of a dirt path there. Just take this dirt path for a second, and then head up, basically, and try to dodge the birds. Go away, bird. And there is Coral Castle on the horizon, so not too bad. Definitely not that hard to find. Alright, get away from me, Krabby. And then we shall come to the gates of Coral Castle itself. Rather spooky looking place, as it turns out. With interesting music, too.
This is the place they found me in? It's falling apart. It looks haunted.
Does it bring back any memories? Like from when you were kidnapped?
You can't remember anything from your childhood, can you, Luke?
Well, my memories really only start from the point I got back to the manor 7 years ago.
That's so sad. I'll help you get your memory back.
Something's not right. No one's lived here for ages, but there are signs of recent activity.
Monsters. I can feel them.
The chief engineer must be inside. Let's take a look.
Yeah, I think we can handle that. But there are a couple of treasures that I do want to pick up around here before we head inside. I believe Yeah, we need to go around here for one of them, and then go down the ramp, well, whatever that is, a broken column it looks like, and pick up a sage, which I don't think I've shown you these items yet, but the sage is one of several different status raising items. If you use them, they are a permanent stat upgrade, so you'll want to go ahead and use them probably. And I will go ahead and do this. I will give, a little surprised that Guy has the least HP actually, so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and give one to him and one to Annis, although I don't use her too much. She's still worth boosting up. All right, so we got that. I think I believe the other treasure actually is one that we can't get to quite yet. I think we have to go in the manor and then back out to get it. So let's go ahead and head in, and we've got one thing for the game to show us before we can really get into the action here.
So this was our vacation home, huh?
By the way, not really sure how Luke's hair clips through his clothes. You see that, right?
Luke, don't stray too far from the group.
I know. Shut up already.
Luke!
Luke, behind you!
Huh?
Man, we're all messed up.
And in this manner, the game not only introduces the first opponents of this dungeon, but also introduces surprise battles. Now that we have more than 4 members in our entourage, if you get attacked from behind, you will get into a surprise encounter, which means your party members, with the exception of the one you're controlling, get just completely goofed around with. You notice Annis is forced into my party and Jade is forced out. Alright, so we have the broken goyle, the larger of the 2 parts of the gargoyle statue set there. And on the other hand, we have, go ahead and introduce the broken chair here. There we go. The broken chair is a little bit less in terms of HP, but you notice resists physical attacks, so you might want to be a little bit more careful as far as going after him is concerned. Now, if he does not defend, you can hit him pretty decently, but still, you notice it's going to take a few series of attacks for us to take this guy down. There we go. Alright, now this guy, of course, is much bigger, but at least we do, in that, get the opportunity to see Annis fight a little bit and using some of her magic along with her fighting techniques.
That's why I told you to keep close.
Because you were careless, our formation was broken, and we didn't have time to prepare for battle. I hope you learned your lesson.
Shut up! How was I supposed to know that? And what the hell was that thing anyway?
Alright, so it's basically just telling us about surprise encounters. I'm just gonna skip through it because, well, I just told you.
It's a phone tech doll designed to eliminate intruders. This is a relatively recent model, though it looks like it has seen better days.
Oh, Luke, I was so scared.
With monsters like that around, you've got to pay attention.
Okay, I'll be careful. Jeez, enough.
Alright, so that pretty much takes care of that as we see a ghost with a red orb in its mouth fly by. But we're going to leave that for next time. So next time on Tales of the Abyss, we are going to make our way through Coral Castle and hopefully find out just why in the world Annis wants us, or not Annis, Oriana rather, wants us here in the first place. So, thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see y'all later.